All empaths share one thing in common, and that's that we get easily overwhelmed. Most empaths know this about themselves, although they don't always connect it to their empathic nature. But what most empaths don't know is how deep this goes and how our favorite coping strategy for dealing with overwhelm can easily turn dysfunctional and severely disrupt our lives. Hi everyone, today I'm talking about empaths and dysfunctional coping mechanisms, specifically our favorite dysfunctional coping mechanism. Now, if you are an empath, you get overwhelmed easily, and you probably already know this about yourself. We get overwhelmed by many things: other people and their emotions, charged energy from the news or the media, too much sensory stimulation in our physical environment. Too much sensory stimulation can mean a variety of things. It might mean total chaos, and it can also mean a level of stimulation that would be considered normal by other people. So too much sensory stimulation for us might be a completely normal office or a completely normal gathering of friends. An environment like a busy coffee shop, a shopping mall, a party at someone's house, right? Like a baby shower, a bridal shower, even small gatherings can be too much for us. These are all environments that might easily overwhelm an empath. Empaths also get overwhelmed by more than one person talking to us at a time. So if you are the parent of small children or middle-aged children, and if you've had one kid talking to you and the other kid's trying to talk to you, or your spouse is trying to talk to you and a kid is trying to talk to you, or you've worked in some sort of job situation where one coworker is trying to talk to you and then another one comes up and is trying to talk to you, that can be very overwhelming for us. Too much sound in the background. So we're trying to talk to someone, but the TV is going. Or we're trying to watch a video on our computer, but our spouse is playing music on their phone, right? Too much noise, too much sound. Having to multitask can be very difficult for us, as well as things happening too fast, not giving ourselves enough transition time between events, transition time between activities. Go, 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 go. That doesn't really work for empaths. So mundane life activities can actually cause us overwhelm. If there's too much paperwork to wade through, too many forms, too many instructions, too many directions, all of that can cause overwhelm for empaths. And when we get overwhelmed, we get triggered. When we get triggered, we choose our favorite strategy of defense. And for empaths, the favorite strategy is almost always escape. So the way we do this, the way we try to escape our current situation, our environment, whatever it is that's overwhelming us, is that we flee. We pull our energy up and we flee into the upper chakras. We disassociate from the body. We draw all of our energy up into the head, specifically the third eye and the crown. And this is because when you're an empath and you get completely overwhelmed, it doesn't feel safe to be in your body anymore. It doesn't feel safe to be in your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, heart. It doesn't feel safe to express your needs using the voice, the communication center. This is something that we usually learned in childhood, that it was not safe to be in our physical body when we were experiencing moments of overwhelm. So the way we cope is to go up, up, up until we are away. We are away up in those upper chakras, and no one and nothing can get to us. Now, this is not always a bad thing for us to soothe ourselves or draw our energy upwards and take a few moments to come back from the overwhelm by being all up in our head. This is actually also why we're such great intuitives and we're such great storytellers. However, things can turn bad when we get stuck there. When we get stuck in the upper chakras, that's when we get stuck in overthinking, right? So those mental loops where you're thinking about the same thing over and over and over. It's very repetitive. You're not really coming to any answers or any new information. You're just going around and around. Or obsessive fantasy, right? So it's not just that we are storytelling or we're connecting with characters that we might want to write a story about, but we are engaging in obsessive fantasies about scenarios that might play out in our own lives. These can be negative fantasies, like we might be obsessively fantasizing about disasters that might happen, which is not very helpful. Or these can be positive fantasies, but they're not really rooted in reality, and we're really putting too much stock in them that they might happen. We also will engage in compulsive forecasting. This means We are pushing and pushing and pushing on our intuition to try to tell us what's going to happen next, what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next year. This is different than overthinking because we're not going around and around and around in a repetitive loop. It's more like we're casting our line over and over again. What can I see? What do I feel? How might things work out? Now that's okay, to do on a regular basis as an intuitive. You're going to do that naturally. But when you're doing it compulsively, when you're in a state of overwhelm and you're not actually dealing with the issues right in front of you in your everyday life, and you're taking refuge in this intuitive, compulsive forecasting of the future, that's when you've gotten stuck there. So like I said, it's not bad to be in the upper chakras, and that's where we intuitives tend to spend a lot of time. It's okay to be in those upper chakras. It's when you get stuck there and you're never down in the body. And you can feel this wasting your energy when it's happening. So overthinking will feel very frantic and repetitive. It's draining and wasting your energy through the frantic quality of it. The obsessive fantasizing is more sticky and quicksand-like. It's drawing you in. It's getting you stuck there. It sucks us in, and it uses energy that we need for real life to figure out our problems in real life. The compulsive forecasting, where we're trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future and get those intuitive hits, we're really doing that out of fear. That's not us listening to our intuition and trying to deepen our own connection with our intuition. That's us being afraid and trying to anticipate the future and be prepared. So when we do that and we push and push and push to get intuitive hits like that, we're getting inaccurate readings and we're contributing to this overall feeling of fear about life. We're just feeling scared about life. None of this is a good place to be. The solution is to recognize when you are overwhelmed. Recognize when you are fleeing into those upper chakras and you're getting stuck there. This is a really hard challenge for a lot of empaths. I work with a lot of empaths who say, I didn't even know I was in a state of perpetual overwhelm until I took one of your classes or I saw one of your videos or I worked with you one-on-one. That's when I saw that my whole life is just this constant state of overwhelm. I've got a stressful job. I've got a stressful family. I'm overcommitted. I have too many responsibilities. I'm always busy. I'm always trying to be productive. So if this is you, you probably are in a state of perpetual overwhelm and you don't realize that this is not your normal state. So first we want to recognize that. We want to recognize that I am in overwhelm right now and this is not my normal and healthy state. And then we want to ground ourselves. So we use really basic grounding techniques, breathing, focusing on our breath, slowing down, connecting our feet to the floor or to earthing, going outside, putting our bare feet on the earth and walking around, eating grounding foods, protein, root vegetables, sleeping, making sure we are getting enough sleep. Empaths typically need more sleep than other people do, and this is because we do deep cleansing and renewal and resetting while we sleep. So we definitely need our sleep. If this video was helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I tend to do a lot of videos for empaths. There's so much to talk about in empath life. So if this is really resonating with you, whether you are someone who's known you're an empath for a long time or you're just coming to this knowledge now, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be putting out lots more videos with a ton more information for empaths. Please also subscribe to my newsletter. I send out so much information for empaths, INFJ personality types, INFP personality types, creative empaths who are writers and artists. So if that's you, please make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in the comments below. I send out tons of resources, tons of helpful information. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.